And sometimes they spit in your I don't know about you, I do not like somebody else's spit unless I want it myself. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm so holy and so tame. One of the most disgusting things a person can do, they come up and slap you in your face like you ready to throw down. You know. But somebody come up and spit in your face. Y'all want me? Let me demonstrate. Look at y'all. Some of y'all next side of the book. He coming over this way. He will get me down in his own church because I don't play. I don't play that. He can come over here if he wants. All right. Let you know, Pastor, that spitting stuff. You know, spitting is nasty, isn't it? Yeah. You like somebody to spit in your face even accidentally? Catch you right on the lip? You're like, oh, Lord Jesus. And sometimes you want to be slick about it because you don't want the other person, and sometimes you know you spit on somebody, don't you? You just keep talking like, oh, ha. You don't want to pause because if you pause, you know, maybe they didn't know it, but you know you spit on it. Because spit is nasty. But look what Jesus did. He spit on the ground. And then he spit in dirt and made clay. Basically, he made a mud patty all out of spit. That's what he did. He made a mud patty out of his saliva. And then wiped it on the man's eyes to anoint his eyes. Two unlikely substances that many would find disgusting. But I want you to understand, here once again, Christ is demonstrating to you and I that he can take the nastiest of situations. He can take the most disgusting things. He can take the two most unlikeliest substances and bring them together. Amen. To bring about a miracle in your life. Some of the things that you find and have found disgusting in your life, when you begin to think about some of the things that are occurring in your life, he can take some of those disgusting, nasty, downright dirty things that have transpired in your life and bring them together so that you can have a miracle performed inside of your life. Give God a hand praise. Some of your worst hurts and pains, he can bring them together so that a miracle can come inside of your life. So you lost your home. And you lost your job. But I see a miracle coming. So your husband left you. So your kids don't want to act right and you by yourself. But I see a miracle coming. You're not healthy in your body right now. Your finances may be all messed up. And you say, I got things going on right now that maybe I don't even deserve. But if you understand even the hurts and pains and even those issues that may be of a filthy, disgusting nature to you, and they turn in your stomach sometimes, God said, I see a miracle coming for you. Many of us can think of a couple things in our situations in our lives right now, and we think about those things and we assume that those are the reasons why we're not being blessed right now. When I look at what has transpired in my life, I say, if this hadn't been different, I would have been able to do that. If this hadn't occurred, I would be in this position. If that hadn't occurred, I would be here. And so we begin to examine different things in our life only to find out that I'm in a situation and we blame it on something. And therefore, I'm missing my blessing. I'm not being blessed right now. Listen, if the economy hadn't bellied up, I would be doing much better. If the mortgage companies hadn't been giving home loans to everybody, I wouldn't be losing my loan. If the state hadn't went underneath and got all this budget price and everything, they wouldn't have cut my hours. And therefore, I'm not blessed right now. In fact, I'm struggling. In fact, I'm trying to make ends meet. In fact, you don't know, Pastor. There's days, amen, that I scratch my head and I don't understand what's going to go on in the next week, let alone the next day. There are things that I see that tell me why I'm not being blessed right now. But tell your neighbor, I see a miracle coming. I see a miracle coming. God can take the worst of your situation. God can take the worst out of anybody's situation and bring it together. Two filthy elements here. Spit and dirt. Two filthy elements applied to this blind man's eyes. Applied to this blind man's eyes. But there was one other thing that this blind man needed to do in order to receive his miracle. See, some of us are not getting the miracles in our life. We're not receiving the blessing in our life because there's still another thing to do. This blind man had now these two substances, these two elements joined together, applied to his eyes, amen, and he was still had the two nasty elements that were applied to his face. So he still had to walk. I don't know how far he had to travel. I don't know how long it took for him to get there, but he still had to go at least some type of distance before he was able to wash and receive his miracle. So what are you saying, Pastor? What's going on? Listen, we all got some filth that has been applied to our lives. You're steady complaining about, Lord, take this away, do this, Lord. Where's my miracle happening? And Christ is saying, listen, you may have to just travel just a little ways with the filth that's already applied to your life. Quit complaining about the situation. Quit looking for everybody else to bail you out and to take you by the hand and to stroke you and to tell you everything's going to be all right. Just like the blind man had to travel a distance by himself with the filth still applied to his face. You got to do some of the same type of traveling in your own life. Now, Pastor, what are you trying to say? Listen, I'm not trying to say that your life has been filthy. I'm just trying to tell you that if your life has been like my life, if you human like I am human, then I know there's some stuff that you would say is just nasty, disgusting, that has been applied to your life, and whether you deserve it or not, it's there. And whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, God is still in the miracle working business. Whether you want a miracle or not in your life, I'll let you know that I'm still looking for miracles to take place in my life. I need some stuff removed in my life. How many times have you been left to get to somewhere by yourself? Even when you call somebody and talk to them, they didn't give you enough advice. They didn't even understand. You were still by yourself.